This is Alaska, right? So let's think about Alaska. What are we really chasing? If you want to go to Alaska or any kind of northern hemisphere colder destination, what is it that you really have in mind? You like glaciers, you want to see the bears, you want to see the northern lights, or go watch whales, take a train ride, fishing for those of you who enjoy it. What is it about that destination that really gets you going? What are you hoping to experience? Okay. Here's our ways that we can enjoy Alaska. Again, traditional trip. This could be driving, it could be flying, but you think you can do like land-based navigation in Alaska, right? There's also Alaskan cruises. Now, some of you might be familiar with Alaskan cruises. Those can take you to destinations that you cannot get to in Alaska otherwise. There's certain destinations in Alaska that you're only going to be able to get to by ship. Some you can only get to by helicopter, but it's going to be a completely different type of experience. I'm seeing a lot of northern lights and a lot of glaciers. Different seasons are going to have different styles of Alaskan vacation. So maybe if you're going for whale watching, there's going to be a greater chance of you seeing them certain times of the year. Same thing with northern lights. If you're going to see northern lights and you go in the middle of summer, you're probably going to be pretty disappointed. Similar experiences to Alaska are going to be, again, those northern hemisphere destinations like Norway, Iceland, even British Columbia. If glaciers and fjords and wildlife is what you're looking for, then any of these destinations are going to be able to accommodate that for you. And then maybe you can expand your dream beyond just Alaska. Maybe it's just dramatic scenery, because Alaska is also, it's not just ice and glaciers, right? If you go in the summertime in certain parts of Alaska, that's a completely different feel than glaciers and stuff like that. All right, so let's play our game again. Can you tell me which of these is Alaska? Again, one of them is, 3 of them are not. I left context clues for you. Let me know which one you think. We'll wait to see these populate. No cheating, no waiting for everyone else.
Sonia was there last month. So yeah. Sonia, we're counting on you to get this one.
You gotta know then, which one is it?
Ooh, 3 and 4 are kind of battling here.
We'll see. We shall see.
3 is starting to run away with it. 1 has a couple of votes as well.
I tried to be really fair with some of these so that there would be more like recognizable landmarks, because I don't want to just like zoom in and make it impossible to solve. But we shall see.
Yep. A lot of 3s. 4 is close behind. Let's see. All right, we're closed. And it looks like 3 came back and took the lead with almost half the vote, Julie.
All right, let's see. Let's see what it is. 3 is correct. Hey. So bravo. You guys win that round. I couldn't fool you. I did think about using more icy photos, but I wanted to make it fair. So, but what we are seeing here, you're going to see similar landscape, right, between these regions. So I did see someone say that 1 was Iceland, and they're correct. That is Iceland. 2 was Norway, 3 is Alaska, and 4 is British Columbia. So even closer to home. You guys, depending on where you live, I guess. But all of these destinations are going to provide you similar experiences to what you would possibly be chasing in Alaska. And that
I'm not going to complain about one of these, Julie. I'll find a way to make it work with any of them. And just so you know, Julie, this is resonating. Love this idea, Susan said. Create the experience.
Exactly.
You get this beautiful experience in all 4 of these locations and probably several others.
Yep. And what I really wanted you to get out of this is I would like for you to get away from chasing bucket list destinations and start chasing bucket list experiences, because that is going to be a lot easier for you when we're talking about traveling the Jagut Way and being able to go where the deals are, because there are a lot of places that can give you an Alaska type experience depending on what experience it is that you're actually chasing. All right. Before planning an Alaska trip, I would rank these things from the most important to the least important. Those priorities will help you in terms of kind of determining the area of the world that is going to still accommodate those experiences, because obviously there's only certain regions of the world that can accommodate glaciers, but there's going to be a lot that can accommodate bears or wildlife, scenery, those types of things. All right, one more example. This is Japan. So we're going to move on to this. This is one of our loungers, Paggy. It's my family and her family. We met up in Tokyo. We actually had a whole bunch of loungers met up in Tokyo on this trip. And it wasn't because we planned a meetup. It was because we all followed where the deals were, and we ended up in Tokyo at the same time. And that
Funny
will
how that
happen.
works.
Yeah, that will happen. We meet loungers in the wild quite a bit. It's really fun. So let's play a game of Japan. What is it in Japan? If you were going to Japan tomorrow, or for those of you who had Japan on your list, what is it that you're hoping to experience in Japan? Is it the food? Is it the temples, the history, the cherry blossom season? I hear that one all the time. There's a lot of cherry blossom love out in the world. So cherry blossoms, onsens, the culture. Are you like me and you're wanting to chase the Disneys of Asia? What is it that you would love to experience in Japan? Love it. Culture, food.
Got a really good mix. There's a lot of good reasons to go there. Do they have Disney locations over in Asia, Julie? I didn't realize.
You're hilarious. We're actually going. So last year we did Tokyo Disney and Hong Kong Disney, and next year we're going to do Shanghai so we can kind of complete the Asian trifecta. And they also have a new Disney cruise ship in Asia, just saying. And another one on the way. Okay, moving on. So 5 ways to make this happen. Again, traditional trip where we say, I want to go to Tokyo, so I'm going to buy really expensive plane tickets and stay in a very expensive hotel so I can go visit Tokyo at certain dates, right? Also, different seasons, changing up that time of year. This is also going to change the style of trip that you would be chasing. I saw someone mention, I don't know if it was Japan, but talking about like autumn leaves. Autumn coloring, lots of different places in the world that you can see this, right? But that is an experience you could have in Japan. Maybe you want to be there when it's snowy, so you can sit in an onsen and have the steam rising off of you. Maybe you want to go during summer festival season or cherry blossom season. I know that's really, really popular. Again, we could chase similar experience. So if it's food you love, or temples, or gardens, or culture, there's going to be other spots in Asia that you may really want to consider. Taiwan, I went there with Paggy and her family because her family is Taiwanese. And we went and stayed in Taipei and let them show us around. And Taiwan's amazing. Also incredible food. Also incredible, beautiful temples and gardens and culture. So it may not just be in Japan, right? So if your bucket list is actually like immersive Asian culture, I saw a lot of culture in the comments, that's not just Japan, and certainly not just Tokyo. I want you to think of 3 experiences that would make whatever your bucket list destination is unforgettable. You don't have to put that in the comments. But when you're thinking about the bucket list destination you said at the start of this presentation, what are 3 things about that destination that would make your experience unforgettable? Okay. That's what we're looking at in terms of chasing a bucket list experience.